the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at two. Just
Fans, it's your boy, the Spanish Fly, Don Papi, and welcome to another episode of the Curtain Call Podcast. Today's a very special episode. Check this out. Because we have Spanish Fly 1, myself, Spanish Fly 2, Spanish Fly 3. This is King Nahi and Neno the Emperor. They're going to be giving the predictions with me, our predictions, for WrestleMania today, because it's Saturday. We just got done watching The Undertaker's long speech. A very good speech, though. It was a good speech. Very well deserved. On a different video that we'll make for another day, I'll give why I think he's a bit overrated. But that's a different topic for another day. Don't hate me on that right now. But what we're going to do is we're not going to waste a lot of time. We're going to go ahead and make this video. We're going to go over night number 1 and night number 2. Now, these matches, I don't think they're in order. Remember, their cards always subject to change. So we're going to go through the way we have them written down. So we're going to get right into it. Night number 1 of WrestleMania in Dallas, Texas, Arlington, Texas. I can't wait for WrestleMania. How do you feel? You can't wait?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I always love WrestleMania.
All right. So we're going to ask this question at the end of the night. At the end of the video, once we read both nights, on which night we are more excited for. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So, Neno the Emperor, give us the first match.
The current women's SmackDown champion Charlotte Flair versus the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey, who you got?
Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair, who you got?
I'm hoping for Charlotte, but I think it's going to be Ronda.
I'm exactly the same way. I am hoping for Charlotte Flair, but I think it's going to be Ronda. Why? I don't like the idea of Ronda Rousey being gone for 2 years, coming back and winning the title right away. I think it adds a better storyline if you keep Charlotte in that position, and maybe if you're going to take it off of her to give it to Ronda, do it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, SummerSlam or Money in the Bank.
There
which is the next pay-per-view, I think.
There you go. Oh, well, you got WWE Backlash. WrestleMania Backlash.
That would be a good time to get rid of both.
Okay, so I could see that. Yeah. And what do you just think, flat out, Charlotte?
I think that Charlotte beating the baddest woman on the planet just proves that she is the best women's wrestler to ever lace up a pair of boots. So to have that, I think will be best for maybe someone like maybe a new signing to WWE. Could be, maybe will be the new challenge and dethrone the queen.
There you go. All right, so King Nahi, give us number 2.
The Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair.
Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair. Tell me who you got.
I gotta go with the man Becky Lynch.
The man Becky Lynch. Well, he's a Becky fan anyway, so we knew that was gonna happen. Who you got, man?
That's tough, but the way how they're steering it, I do think Bianca might walk away as women's champion.
Okay. Any reason why?
Because what Bianca did on Monday, which was she cut Becky's hair.
Okay.
So I think Becky's gonna win.
Okay.
Well, also the fans are actually rallying up behind Bianca as well, so I think it could be that WWE will stir that route to where, okay, she's being backed up with the fans. Let's put the title on her. They've done it before.
Who knows? WrestleMania Backlash. That's when I would give Bianca the belt.
And I wouldn't disagree more.
Why not Becky cut her hair?
I've been saying for a long time, they got to cut her hair. The ponytail's got to go at some point because that's got to be part of a storyline. But I'm going to tell you guys who I think. I hope Becky Lynch wins tomorrow. I just think it creates a better story.
Yeah.
I really do. My wife's in the kitchen. She says, me too. So
okay, well, really quickly, though. If Becky Lynch does win, we're having Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns merging the titles. Would we have a future match for Charlotte versus Becky to confuse it?
We'll get to that later. Because that's night 2. We're still on night 1.
No, but what he's saying is, since they're merging the titles on night 2, could eventually we get the potential of the women's title being merged?
SummerSlam?
On Backlash?
Well, that's a topic for another day. Okay, So check this out. The third match we have written down is Seth freaking Rollins against a wrestler to be determined. Let the games begin. Who do you think you got? And I'll tell you, they gave, man, this guy is really upset because something happened. So we're going to wait for him last. Who do you think is fighting Seth Rollins?
I think all the fingers are pointing at Cody Rhodes. The return of Cody Rhodes. I think that'll be the perfect way to bring back the Nightmare into the WWE.
Cody Rhodes. Okay, so I think, obviously we think it's Cody Rhodes. Yeah. I mean, we think it's Cody Rhodes. I've been saying since day one, if Cody's coming back, do it the night after WrestleMania. I think it's Shane McMahon.
Yeah. Shane, why?
I just think it's going to be Shane McMahon. But it's going to be a lot of fans will be disappointed if it ain't Cody. So it's like, WWE, what do you do? I'm glad I'm not the one making the decision. I prefer it being on Monday Night Raw. Who you got?
I have two in mind. Obviously, Shane is one of them.
And the other one?
Well, after what we just saw during the Hall of Fame, I think it's going to be The Undertaker.
And I said from the beginning, it's going to be The Undertaker. Now look, he put his hat on. He said, never say never. The crowd went wild.
He didn't need to do that.
If it isn't Cody, I'm going to tell you right now, though, seriously, if it isn't Cody, I don't want to see Shane McMahon. I'd rather see The Undertaker. Yeah. Because you're going to get a reaction with Cody.
Yeah.
But you're going to get a bigger reaction with The Undertaker. You already have Austin coming back. Why not have The Undertaker come back? I've been calling it since day one. I've been saying it since Kevin Owens called out Austin. Now Seth needs to go call out The Undertaker. I think it's going to be The Undertaker.
So, really quickly, though, Seth Rollins been on a losing streak for a while. So for me, I feel like he has to win to gain that respect back, to the Messiah level. But I would rather have Shane McMahon come in and Seth Rollins beat him. Then on Monday, he's glowing, doing showboating, doing his thing, and then Cody Rhodes comes out.
That's true, but I mean, what if he goes ahead and he loses, and Seth leaves until the next pay-per-view, and when he comes back, maybe he's a babyface for a while. I mean, I'd rather see him as a heel anyway, but maybe he revamps something or something happens to that effect, you know? So whoever it is, I think Seth is going down. He's losing. Unless it's Shane McMahon.
You can't bury him.
You can't. He's Seth freaking Rollins. Give us number 4.
Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul.
Who you got?
I got Mysterio. That's not even a question.
Who you got? Who you got?
I have no idea.
You say how?
It could go either way.
You're going for the YouTuber?
It could go either way. I'm gonna be completely honest. It could go either way. I've seen videos.
Cleveland, this is for you. Hey,
Cleveland,
I want to be
this
so
is for
wrong.
you.
But I just got this feeling that this is what's gonna happen. The Mysterios will lose, and Dominic turns on his dad,
which is what we've been calling since
Dominic showed up. So that's what I can see happening. Man, let's go. Number 5. Tell me what it is.
Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin with Mad Cat.
Do we really have to?
I think it's gonna be a good match, though.
It's gonna be a good match, but it's gonna be Drew.
It's gonna be Drew.
You agree?
I'm going for Happy Corbin. Just so it's a little bit different.
Bro,
I'm going for Happy Corbin. Anything can happen.
All right. So if Drew McIntyre beat Happy Corbin,
free teachers for
I get to shave one side of your beard.
Side of my beard?
Just one side. You got to go to work at the doctor's office. Just one side of your beard shaved. Yeah, I knew he was going. All right, number 6. We got the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Who you got?
The Usos are not losing titles.
I say Shinsuke and Rick Boogs.
Really?
I would like to see Shinsuke holding the tag title, but I think it's time to split Shinsuke and Rick Boogs. I think Rick should turn heel. I think Shinsuke needs to be the old babyface so they can give him a run in the summertime. So I'm going to stick with day one. I'm going to go with the Usos. Give us the next one.
Sir Kofi Kingston and King Woods versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland.
Who you got?
I think Kofi Kingston and Woods will be victorious.
Okay, who you got?
I'm going the same way, Kofi and Woods.
I'm going with the New Day. Yep, that's who we got. And the main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, a special episode, the most stupendous episode of the Kevin Owens Show with the Rattlesnake himself.
It's going to be fun.
Mr. 316. What? I said Mr. 316. What? I said drinking beer 316. What? I said Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I don't think it's going to be a Kevin Owens show. I think it's going to be a match. You're not going to put a show on for the main event of the night. They could call it a Kevin Owens show all they want. Everybody knows that this is going to end up being a match. Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're going to have the greatest hits of Stone Cold. He'll stun Kevin Owens and cover him 1, 2, 3 and have a beer bash in the process. Who you got? This is stupid for me to even ask because they're going to say the same thing.
Yeah. Owens 316.
Owens 316. You know how big of a heel this dude will get for being Steve Austin.
Whoa, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you guys think that Owens is going to beat Austin?
Imagine how big of a heel he'll get. That will literally
what if he cheats to win?
Man,
no,
man.
WWE does
I understand. Look, man, I understand that, yeah, it'll be a big heel move and it'll strap a rocket to his back. We're talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin in Texas at WrestleMania. The last time we saw him was 19 years ago. The last time we saw him, he was 1 year old.
I wasn't even born.
He wasn't even born.
Listen. WWE does have a history to where hometown wrestlers do not win.
Yeah, but hometown wrestlers that are not named Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Come on.
Wow, you guys leave a comment below. We're going to get right into night 2. Night 2, we have Edge versus AJ Styles, which I think could be the match of the weekend. Tell me who you got.
I got the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Phenomenal one AJ Styles. That's who I got.
Rated R superstar.
He's going with Edge.
Now, honestly, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't matter because both of these guys are amazing in the ring. They can tell a really good story. So to me, it doesn't even matter who wins. But the person I see coming out on top is Edge.
You know what? And it makes, as much as I would like to see AJ win, I think if Edge does win, it'll be by outside interference. I think Edge starts the stable that we've been hearing rumors about. And I think the person to be with Edge's stable is going to be Damian Priest. I expect to see some outside interference if Edge wins. I hope to see AJ win, but it makes a lot of sense. It very well could be Edge, and we'll start seeing the stable of Edge's new crew with Damian Priest. Tell me who you got, man. What's the next one?
Sami Zayn versus the Daredevil himself, Johnny Knoxville.
This match is going to be hilarious.
Anything goes. Anything goes.
Obviously, I think I want Sami to win, but it's going to be Johnny. I mean, no one is more crazier than Johnny. So I'm going Johnny Knoxville.
On a regular match, I will go for Sami Zayn, but the fact that this is anything goes, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the cast of Jackass come in and interfere and help Johnny win.
Look, man, you know what? Sami Zayn better win. Because we're not going to have some jackass come in off the streets because they do fart in a tube and smell it. Or stupid stuff. We just seen the Jackass movie that they just made the other day. It's funny. But we're not going to have some guy come in like that and you defeat. It'll set Sami Zayn back so far. How could he ever be credible to even hold a title of anything? So I think it'll be a huge mistake. If the match will be funny, yes. Let Knoxville get his stuff in, yes. But at the end of the day, Halua kick, 1, 2, 3, and give it to Sami. The next one, what it is?
RK Bro, the Raw Tag Team Champions, versus the Street Profits, who are now heels. And your favorite tag team, the Alpha Academy.
Who you got?
I got anyone besides RK Bro.
Why?
I think Riddle is turning on Randy Orton.
You think Riddle's turning on Randy, not the other way around?
I've been saying everyone's expecting Randy to turn. So what? It would be so huge if Riddle was to turn on Randy.
Oh my goodness! What you got, man?
I'm not sold on the Street Profits being champions. I just feel like they haven't done much.
They did have a little heel turn on my guy.
It was, yes, but I feel like it will be too soon for them to do the heel switch and then get the titles.
Okay, so who you got?
Alpha Academy.
Sheesh! I'm going with the Alpha Academy because he carries a 4.0. Thank you! I'm a huge fan of the Alpha Academy. I think it's time for Randy and Riddle to break up. I think it'll be Randy turning on Riddle. He thinks it's Riddle over Randy. He thinks the Alpha Academy. So yes, we do see titles changing hands. The next match is going to be Carmella and QueenZ versus Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. It is going to be a, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 fatal four-way for the women's title. I'm going to go out and say it. I expect Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley to become champions, or Sasha Banks and Naomi, but I'm leaning more towards Rhea and Liv Morgan. Who you got?
I think it's time for Liv Morgan to hold the title, so I do go for that.
Especially at WrestleMania, it'll be good and fitting.
I think it's time for Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley.
All right, so there you go. We all agree on that one. The next one, tell me what it is.
Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory.
By far, probably the dark horse greatest match of this, because Pat McAfee's going to bring it. He's really going to bring it, but I got Austin Theory.
I got Austin Theory as well.
Yeah, he's being pushed to the moon. Vince McMahon's already compared him to John Cena in an interview that he made. I don't know if you guys heard of that. He did an interview with Sun magazine from Canada, and he said that he compares Austin Theory to John Cena. So by him saying that, tells me that Pat McAfee's going to do some crazy stuff. He's going to bring it because Pat McAfee can go. He can low-key go. Yep. But I think Austin Theory finds a way to win. I think he wins by cheating somehow. That way, it could always go back to that. Well, you beat me by you cheated or whatever or whatnot. It'll be a good heel thing to do. I think he impresses Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon puts a rocket strap to his back. And who you got?
I got Austin Theory all the way, but I feel like it will be a close match to where it shows that Pat McAfee can hold his own in the ring.
There you go. So, and you said you got Austin.
I said Austin, yeah.
Yeah, we all agree with that. The next one.
Omos versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh, man. Who you got?
If they're trying to push this dude,
mm-hmm.
Omos is winning.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And how big of a thing if you beat Bobby
the
Lashley.
Almighty. Yep, he ain't almighty if you lose. Who you got?
I do not like Omos. I really don't. So I'm going with Bobby Lashley.
I do not. I want Bobby Lashley to win.
Yeah.
I think we all can agree that we want Bobby to win.
Oh, yeah.
But because they're pushing Omos to be that giant, I think it could be Omos, and I think this is going to hurt the credibility of what Bobby was doing as a champion. If Bobby goes in there and Omos puts on a good fight, gets himself disqualified, okay, I can live with that. But to cleanly put him over, I completely disagree with that. And then it comes down to the main event of the night. Night number 2, unifying the Universal Championship and the WWE Championship. You have your one champion, the Universal Champion, in Roman Reigns, arguably doing some of the best work that he's ever done, and arguably doing the best storyline that WWE has seen in years against the reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar. Tell me, guys, who you got?
I mean, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns, who you got?
It's obvious, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. I think we all agree that it's Roman Reigns. Not so much because we think that Brock wouldn't bring it, but realistically, we all know that he is a part-timer. Brock is doing some of the greatest work that I've seen him do in so long. You can tell he's having a lot of fun. I wouldn't be upset if somehow he won. I just don't think that he's the one to stop this storyline going forward. I think it'll be just kind of weird, but I think Roman could somehow sneak out a victory maybe some shenanigans going on that causes Brock to lose the title. Maybe Brock shows up to SmackDown, raising all kind of hell, and they suspend him again, have him go away for a little bit. And then maybe Roman's next opponent, they take the title off of Roman because Brock comes back and does some stuff. I don't know. There's so many ways you can go with this, but I think it's clear that we think that Roman Reigns is coming out as your dual champ. And it brings us to Monday Night Raw. So I'm going to say it first while we're here. That way when I post this, you guys can say, hey, the Spanish Fly said it first on the Curtain Call podcast. And that's, I think, we get Cody Rhodes Monday night, a Raw after WrestleMania, in a packed American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas. We see Cody Rhodes, and we might see another person in WrestleMania. Final thoughts?
I know Cody Rhodes will be showing up on Raw. It's just a given, but I think it's just going to be all types of surprises on that night.
Final thought?
I'm excited. Always excited. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Cody.
Absolutely.
As Stardust.
Get the heck. Oh, my God. All right, overall, night number 1 or night number 2, what are you looking forward to?
Night number 2.
Night number 1, because of Seth. Whichever one Seth is on, night 1 or night 2.
Night 1.
What about you?
I think night 1.
So, real quick rundown. On night number 1, we got Charlotte, Ronda, Becky, Bianca, Seth, to be determined, Ray, the Mysterios versus Cleveland. We got McIntyre against Corbin, Usos against Nakamura, and his boy Kofi Woods against Sheamus, Rich Holland, and the Kevin Owens show with Austin. And then on night 2, we have Edge, AJ, Sami, Knoxville, RK Bro, Street Profits, Alpha Academy. Then we have the women's 4-way, Pat McAfee, Austin Theory, Omos, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. I'm looking forward to night number 1 because in the 90s, during the Attitude Era, I was a big Stone Cold fan. Huge Stone Cold fan. And just to see Stone Cold come back, I think that'll be great. There's a saying, when you hear the glass crash, that's your ass. And I think he's going to open up a can of whip ass in Texas and do some great things. I think it's going to be really fun. But all in all, the most important thing to me, WrestleMania has always been one thing. Ever since they was little, I get to sit and watch it with my sons. And to me, that's the funnest part of this WrestleMania weekend. And we hope that you guys enjoy it as well. Enjoy it, man. We get 2 nights, man. We used to talk about how Wrestle Kingdom has 2 nights and WrestleMania is only 1 night. WrestleMania now is a whole weekend. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. You had a great SmackDown. You're going to have a great NXT tomorrow. A great WrestleMania. You had a great Hall of Fame. Another night of WrestleMania. A great following Monday Night Raw. So there's going to be a lot of great things happening. So from King Nahi to Neno the Emperor and the Spanish Fly 1, 2, 3, Don Papi, we wish you all a merry, merry, happy WrestleMania, baby. It's finally here. It's finally here. So do me a favor. Leave your comments down below. Please, if you haven't already, like the video, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram or everything. We read Curtain Call on Facebook, the Curtain Call podcast on Facebook. We are everywhere, and we thank every one of you all for your support. So like I always say, man, too sweet me if you got me, baby. And remember that here at the Curtain Call podcast, we always kick out at 2.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2. Just 2. Sweet.